I'm Don Thompson. I'm the recording instructor here at PCC. I teach recording technologies and digital recording. We have two control rooms. One is an analog room where we have an 8-track, an old Sound Workshop console that's circa about 1978, and then outboard gear, Ashley gates and 1176 compressors, old Uri gear, and some of the good old stuff. In the digital room, we have a main console of Pro Tools with a Control 24, a Mac G5. We also have a smaller workstation with a Panasonic console, digital performer, and some MIDI equipment. But we also have a 16-track tape machine. So we can use an analog tool in the digital room because we need to hang on to some of those types of tools to warm up the recordings. So we get the best of both worlds in both studios. Students coming into the program can expect to learn all of the core basic physics that govern what happens in the recording studio. Students will be able to pick microphones, place microphones, how to manipulate and control their acoustic environment, understand the equipment, be able to do maintenance, people skills, business skills, and hopefully promotion as well. I want them to be successful. In digital recording, students learn how to manage the computer, all the data, how to do A to D conversions, how to transport data between different DAW platforms. They learn how to do time edits, pitch edits, all with an artistic take. It's pretty intensive on mixing and effects, how to manipulate 3D sound fields in the digital world and do phase alignments and all that to really get music to sound great. Students get to choose their thesis, if you will, for the last term of digital, whether they're going to do sound for picture or a large recording project. I started teaching at PCC back in the 96-97 year. One of the instructors that was already teaching here came to my studio to record, and as he was asking questions about why things were happening the way they do, I had answers, and he decided, you know, he'd be good at teaching this. In most of these types of programs, the art can almost get lost because it's so easy to quantify the technology, and it's so easy to quantify all the technical aspects, the numbers and everything. But the art is just completely nebulous. It's about how you feel, about what you hear. And it's such a subjective thing you're trying to get your head around that people begin to argue in the studio about what's right and what's wrong. But the reality is nobody hears the same thing, nobody feels the same thing, and you have to learn to communicate, work well with others, and be true to your art, the way you feel, and you just have to do that. That becomes the thing that they have to come away with, is a sense of who they are, have a voice in the music industry. I really appreciate learning from my students. It's really a two-way street. My students bring all new, fresh ideas. They're pushing the envelope, taking music and production ideas to places that I would not have thought of. What students probably don't realize is that every year what they do guides what happens the very next year for the new students that are coming in, because it's constantly changing. Every year I'm so sad when the group of students leaves, but then at the same time there's a whole new crew coming in talking to me, oh boy, I can't wait to come to the class and everything, and they're all excited and everything. It just gets me pumped up for the whole new crew. It's great every year. I just love this job. I'm very jazzed about it. And I hope that I can infect my students with the enthusiasm and the passion for doing this. I want them to be successful.